What's up, y'all? Out here at the range. I don't know how well you can tell. This is a whole different view. These are the 57-yard orange steel I'm always talking about. Over here is the 75 and 100 back there, but I'll take y'all back down here in a minute. But wanted to show y'all what we got set up here, what kind of jelly test we're doing today. You see my gel blocks, my chrono over here, and what we're doing today is a 308 test. The first time we've done something this large of a caliber, so we're going to see how this goes. And what we're doing today, we're going to test out these Remington Core-Lokts against the Remington Core-Lokt tips. So we got the Remington Core-Lokt, just the regular 150 grain, pointed soft point, standard Core-Lokts, as you can see here. Just a pointed soft point. And then of course what we're testing them against is the Remington Core-Lokt tips. There's a lot of talk about these lately, new onto the market. The Remington Core-Lokt tipped. It's got the green polymer tip in it. Supposed to be a better ballistic coefficient. Now these are also 150 grain also, so the same grain, but they're supposed to be a better ballistic coefficient, in-flight accuracy, and initiates rapid expansion. So it's supposed to help it expand, supposed to be better accuracy in the whole 9 yards. So we're going to see what kind of difference there might be with the same grain, the same projectile, just with this tip in it. Now I'm set up down here at 56 yards, and I know some people are wondering if both blocks are going to stop this at 56 yards. My theory is if these expand like they're supposed to, it should have no problem stopping it with 32 inches of gel, but we'll see. I'm going to stick a couple of towels and stuff behind it, just hopefully to catch it in case it goes through. But hopefully this will be enough gel at 56 yards to catch it. But we're going to set up down there. Of course, I'm shooting it off my shooting table down there, and we're running it through a PSA AR-10 or AR-308, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to get the speed on it right here, obviously. I've run a couple of test shots with some different 148 grainers on these little targets. Should be fine. I did a couple test chronos with those 148 grainers. Should be fine. They read no problem. So haven't run any of these Core-Lokts at all through it. So hopefully don't throw my point of impact off too much, or things might get interesting out here pretty doggone quick. So anyway, let me run y'all to the other end and we'll get set up and get started. All right, y'all, we're back down here at the shooting table. Like I say, we're going at 56 yards down there. Now, what I done, you ain't gonna be able to see it in this main camera, I'm sure, but if you can see the orange targets, it's a yard in front of those. But I'll have a picture-in-picture popping up here on the right. Now, if you notice, I've got you out from the chrono some, and that little paper target you seeing above it, I figured we might as well do a little impromptu accuracy test on them too at the same time. So kill two birds with one stone out here. So, that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and do a 5-shot chrono and grouping on this thing, because 2 shots with a group, just with my variable, I got a wobbly shooting table. I know I sound like a bunch of excuses, but this ain't the most optimal shooting position I'm in. So we're just doing a kind of, like I say, a rough group test on it. So we're going to start out with the regular Core-Lokt, the pointed soft point. I'm going to do a 5-shot average on it. Now I can't see the numbers on the chrono down there really, but I can tell pretty much if it read or not. So hopefully we'll get a 5-shot on this. So let's see what we can get, y'all. Here we go with the pointed soft points, the regular Core-Lokts. Okay, I can see the 0, so I should be able to tell if we get readings on this. Just my little, like I say, this table is wobbly, so I'm not in a real stable position, but it should be good enough to see if there's a difference noticeable right now. So here we go, y'all. All right, I got a reading on that. Pretty sure I got a reading on that. I'm not positive. Definitely got a reading on that. Just from what I can see, it's grouping nicely. So that was 3. Pretty sure I got a reading on that one. And I think I got a reading on that one. I'm going to tell you what, just from what I can see, about 2 or 3 of those are same hole shots in that grouping down there. So let's go down there and let's check out what happened, make sure we got all 5 on the chrono. All right, y'all, let's take a look at what we got. First off, let's make sure we got 5 on our shots down here. Yeah, so let's start that over and I'll show you. So we got 2584, 2546, 2554, 2561, and 2614, and that gave us an average of 2,571 feet per second on the regular Core-Lokts. Now, let's check the grouping on this. Two of those are same hole. I mean, I don't know how well y'all can see in that view, but that's an excellent grouping right there, if I do say so myself. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got it zeroed out, and from center to center, I mean, that's a small group, y'all. That is 0.51 inches, and this way is even less this way. Well, 0.53, so 0.53 inches. So half an inch group at 56 yards out of the regular Core-Lokt. So let me get this all reset. I'll put a new target and reset the chrono, and let's do the tipped ones. All right, y'all, so far so good. Them regular Core-Lokts, just the pointed soft points, really perform nice. I mean, that half-inch group at 56 yards, I'll take that all day long, all day long. So, got the point, we got the tipped ones in here now. Let's see if the tips do any different. I expect about the same. Like I say, and this is a wobbly bench, a wobbly little vise here. I could have probably put, I don't want to sound cocky, but I could have probably put all of them in the same hole, to be honest with you. I feel good about these rounds. So anyway, let's see what the tipped ones do, y'all. We're going to do a 5-shot on these also. Here we go, y'all. 5-shot on the tipped version. All right, got a reading on that. I pulled that, I could tell, 100%. Okay, got a reading on that. Pretty sure I got a reading on that. Definitely got a reading on that, and one more. Alright, should have got 5 on that. Let's go down there, check it out, and see what we got out of this tip version. Alright, y'all, let's see what readings we got off the tip version. So, pretty sure we got 5. So, the 5th one would be 2523. Number 4 was 2623. Number 3 was 2502. Number 2 was 2554. And number 1 was 2646. And that gives us an average of 2,569 feet per second on the tipped. And if you remember on the non-tipped, we had 2,571. So literally 2 feet per second difference. The non-tip was 2 feet per second difference off on the speed, and that's absolutely negligible. Total margin of error. So these things are running the exact same speeds, the tipped and the non-tipped. So let's check out this grouping. Now I can already see here this grouping was not quite as good, but still really good. This first one, that was the first shot. I could feel myself totally pull that. I absolutely pulled that. Now if we count that, y'all know how I am about counting it. You all the way up to 2 inches. But if we neglect that, which I know for a fact I pulled that, so it's really not fair on the ammo. If we take that out, we're looking at 0.9. That's the longest point, 0.9. These little 3 right here is back down to 0.6. And like I say, a lot of that error is me, so I'll be honest with you. I personally would say that both of these rounds are just as accurate as one another. Now, what was interesting, I was aiming center on both of them, and y'all notice the non-tipped version grouped right under center. The tipped version is grouping right over center, so that's pretty interesting right there, something to keep in mind. But as far as accuracy, honestly, if I take my variable out of it, these things are almost just as accurate. Now, I did shoot the non-tipped more accurate personally, but I think it's just user error. I think these are just exactly the same accuracy on them, 100%. So let me get all this stuff out of the way, and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's Core-Lokt jelly time. Got it set up down there. Y'all should be seeing the gel in the picture. I got it backed up on both blocks of gel because You know, I was pretty confident that both of these blocks will be enough to stop these 308 Core-Lokts, but a lot of y'all have commented that y'all don't think it will, so I'm not feeling that confident anymore. So I got 3 or 4 towels behind it too, so if it does go through, it catches it. Really, the main thing I don't want to happen is I don't want it going out the side or the bottom or the top, because then we'd have to shoot again and it's going to turn into a mess. So hopefully we can keep it from going out, if nothing else. So we'll see what happens. We're going to start with the pointed soft point first, the regular Core-Lokts. See what happens, y'all. Here we go. Jelly time at 56 yards. Alright, we definitely got a hit, and it rocked the heck out of that jelly, but it didn't knock it off the table, which is definitely a good thing. So let me go down there and set it back up, and we'll see what happens. All right, y'all, that went absolutely perfect. Let me tell you something. That stuff rocked that jelly. Y'all probably saw some of it in the camera. It got all crazy, flung it all which ways, so I don't know how good it's going to come through in the camera, but massive power dump, massive power dump. And it did catch it, so all good. We caught the projectile. It's expanded down there, so we'll have a good look at it here in a minute. But it absolutely rocked the jelly. It cracked the particle board that the jelly was sitting on, and it cracked the table under the particle board. It didn't go through the bottom at all. Just the sheer force of it absolutely busted the particle board and cracked the table. I mean, that's powerful right there, y'all. So let's try the pointed version, or the tip version of it. Hopefully it goes just as well as that one did. I'm gonna try to put it a little bit to the left and a little bit up, but I'm not gonna get too crazy because I want to make sure it stays in the gel like that one did. So let's see what happens, y'all. The tipped Core-Lokt going into the jelly. That thing absolutely rocked that jelly again. I think that was a good hit. I see a little something going on funny on that second block, but I think that was a good hit. So let's go down there and check it out, see what happened. All right, y'all, that was another good hit. Perfect hits on both of these. And check out that damage, y'all. I mean, these things, like I said earlier, these are the biggest calibers I've hit into gel with, and it shows. I mean, it absolutely shows. The bottom one here, that's the regular pointed soft point Core-Lokt. The top one is the tipped version. Both of them incredible wound channels. I mean, it's really hard to say if there's much difference. From certain angles, it looks like the tipped may have a little bit bigger wound channel for longer distance, but it's really hard to say. Now, what I can say, looking at this, the tip shed, looks like it shed a lot more of its jacket. It shed some of it down here. You can see the little green tip pieces. Some of the lead come out up to about here. Then you got quite a few pieces of jacket shedding off here. The bottom one, same kind of thing, shed a bunch of lead here, but I don't see near as much jacket coming off of that bottom one. But we're going to pull them out here, and I bought my scale and everything, my caliper, so we're going to get real technical, because I know y'all deer hunters is serious about your deer hunting rounds, so we're going to get technical with this one. So, but just from the naked eye, I mean, both of them are incredible. Now, just looking at it without measuring it yet, the pointed soft point actually had a little bit more penetration. Looks like maybe about a ½ inch to an inch more penetration. But like I said, we're going to get a measurement on it. But as far as performance, I mean, both of these things are amazing, y'all. Both of them's expanded in there, I can see. Shed a lot of material, dumped tremendous, I mean, incredible amount of force here. Like I say, it has completely busted this particle board all the way back to about here, it looks like. It's busted the table underneath the particle board. I mean, this thing dumped some serious energy. As y'all can see in the close-ups, I mean, it completely threw this jelly here, there, and everywhere. knocked the table off the blocks I've got it on and everything. So pretty incredible stuff. So let me get a measurement and we'll see exactly what the penetration is. So the pointed Core-Lokt is out here at, reached right at just the 1/8 shy of 22 inches. So pretty much 22 inches on the pointed version. The non-pointed version is out here, it's right at 23. So an inch further on the non-tipped version. I keep saying pointed, but it's tipped. So as you can see here, that's the non-tipped. If I can get it on lock, yeah, out there at 23. And then the tipped version up here is right at 22. So an inch further on the non-tipped version. Let me pick up this camera and give y'all a couple different angles so y'all can see the wound channels and all the parts that it shed. So here we are overhead. This one over here will be the tipped one. The one below it on the right will be the non-tipped. As you can see both of them. Like I say, I mean, you could say the tipped might have had a little bigger wound channel. I don't know. It's really hard to say. But you can see both of them. Trucking. You see all that jacket I was talking about on the tipped version. But as you can see here, it's got little pieces. Even the non-tipped version, it's got little pieces that it shed. As y'all can see all that lead coming off of it there. But then the non-tipped, stretched on out. Boom, there's the non-tipped. And then the tipped version, stretched on out to here and stopped there. So really nice penetration on both of these. Incredible energy dump, incredible wound channel. I would say these things would bring down some pretty sizable game without any problem at all. So let me pull these projectiles. All right, y'all, let's take a look at what we got here. So this right here is the tipped version. This is the non-tipped version. As you can see, both of them expanded. What they call them, the deadliest mushroom in the woods. I would give that claim to them right there. So as you can see, great expansion on both of them. Looks like this pointed may have expanded a little bit, tiny bit bigger, but we're gonna measure it here. We'll get a weight on them and everything. It looks like the pointed, I will say this, and I think the box even said this, more consistent expansion. Just looking at this, I would give it that claim. I would give the tip version that claim. It's definitely more consistent. As you can see, it mushroomed all the way around. Now this regular one mushroomed completely fine. However, as you can see, it's really inconsistent. The mushrooming on different sides. I would say that the claim that this tip may give it more consistent expansion looks to be true to me. It looks to be true to me. So let's get a weight on these things. All right, so we got it on grains. We'll do the tipped one first. So the tipped one, retained weight is 109.8 grains. 109.8 grains on the tipped. The non-tipped, let's tear it out. The non-tipped is 118.2 grains. So interesting there. Let's make sure that was right. Tipped is 109.8. Non-tipped 118.2. So 9 grains more retained on the non-tipped version, y'all. Now as far as the measurement on the expanded projectiles, let's zero it out here. On the tipped version, let's go this way first. That's about 0.48 that way. 0.54 that way. 0.57 that way. So anywhere from 0.57, 0.5, around a half an inch, between a half an inch. Now that way, so there we go, 0.5 on that, 0.51. So about half an inch on the tipped version. The non-tipped, now this way is a little skinnier. Well, no, it's about 0.5, 0.49. This way is actually fatter here, 0.58 on that. So about the same, honestly, averaging about the same on the expansion, 0.46 on that skinny way if you let it go crooked, 0.47. Averaging about the same, they're both around about half an inch expansion on that. So pretty interesting. What I will say is this box of tipped was $10 more than the box of regular at my Rural King. So personally, I don't see $10 worth of difference here, but y'all tell me what y'all think about that. But what I can say is these things performed absolutely incredible, without a doubt, absolutely incredible rounds. All right, y'all, another jelly test done. Like I say, this was the biggest caliber I've tested in a jelly so far, and it was pretty interesting, I thought. Me not being a hunter, wasn't something I really would test as far as my personal use much, because 308 for me is just, you know, it's a long range, kind of fun shooting kind of thing. So, but a lot of y'all hunters out there has been talking about these things. These new tipped Core-Lokts is the newest kid on the block, it seems like. So I thought, why not grab them, check them out, and see what y'all think about them. So y'all let me know what y'all thought about these. In my opinion, these things rocked it, man. They dumped massive amounts of energy in that gel, enough to split the wood, to break the table up underneath it, expanded incredible penetration on it. I mean, I think they did exactly what they said they were going to do. And not just the tip version, but the other version. And that being said, that's a good point there. This tip version, did y'all see a benefit in this? Now, even the accuracy test, you know, I mixed a little bit of on the fly accuracy, as y'all saw. What did you think about that? To me, now it may be a different story once you get out to 100 and beyond, but at 56, that pointed was every bit as accurate, if not more accurate, in my hands anyway. You know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know y'all's thoughts on that. And as far as the action in the gel, again, I mean, the non-tip did every bit as good, if not better. Inch further penetration, retained more weight. I don't know. Y'all tell me. What are y'all's thoughts on this? Is the tip worth 10 bucks a box more than the non-tipped? If I were a hunter, it wouldn't make no difference to me. That 10 bucks I could save on something different, you know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know y'all's thoughts down in the comments. So let me know if you like me doing a little on the fly accuracy type thing, if you like me doing the more technical with the retained weight and the calipers, doing the measurements and all that. I try not to drag these on too long, because, you know, like I've always said, the main point of these gel tests for me is for fun. You know, these are fun, and it gives you a general idea of what this ammunition is going to do. But if y'all would like me to keep doing the more technical stuff, I just don't want to get too boring and too far out in the weeds as far as making it educational. I want it to still continue to be fun. So y'all let me know y'all's thoughts down in the comments. But if y'all enjoyed the video, as always, make sure you hit that thumbs up and make sure you subscribe down below. I'll probably do some more hunting rounds mixed in with the other stuff for the benefit of y'all hunters out there. I know a lot of people's curious about that, so I'll continue to mix some of this stuff in there. But leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think about this whole test. Let me know if you think the tip version is worth the price difference to you, or is the regular old Core-Lokt good enough in your book. Make sure you check my Amazon storefront affiliate link down in the description below. If you shop through Amazon anyway, hit that link first. Do your shopping through Amazon like normal. Don't cost you an extra penny, and anything you buy after going through that link, we get a kickback from Amazon for the channel, and I greatly appreciate that. Appreciate all my Range Gang members who reached down and hit that join button. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all who watch my videos, who hit that thumbs up, who subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that, and that helps out more than I can even tell y'all. So I thank y'all very much for that. But again, got a bunch more stuff on the way, so stay tuned for that. Stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see y'all soon.